Two major EastEnders stars return next week for very tragic reason. Martin tragically lost his life last month following a horrific explosion at the Queen Vic pub. Whilst desperately trying to save ex-wife Stacey Slater, a large beam collapsed on top of him and he ultimately died from crush syndrome. Since then we've seen his family at loggerheads over what they deem to be the most fitting send-off. And in upcoming scenes, emotions continue to rise ahead of the service. Sharon Watts is stunned when her half-sister Vicki swans back into Albert Square following a 21-year absence. As long-term viewers of the BBC soap will remember, she is the daughter of Michelle Fowler and Dirty Den Watts, and actress Alice Haig reckons her version of the character has traits of both parents. Michelle is a down-to-earth and fiery character, and I think those traits are definitely within Vicki, she told us. But I think she also has a real twinkle in her eye which I imagine comes from her dad, as well as her ability not to tell the whole truth. Vicki, along with boyfriend Ross and his son Joel, arrived to represent her mum Michelle, who is grieving at her home in Australia. Stunned after learning that ex-husband Phil Mitchell still has feelings for her, Sharon's attention soon turned to her sister's shock arrival and absence of long-term boyfriend Spencer Moon. Vicki reveals that they have separated, but Spencer's brother Alfie and his partner Kat Slater want to know the intimate details. Before long, the true reason behind the breakup is revealed to the residents, but Vicki is keeping something else shtum. As she settles back into the area, Ross urges her to ask Sharon for some money. Vicki is unsure whether such a big gesture is appropriate given Sharon's traumatic few weeks, grieving for Martin and dealing with Phil's hospitalization on mental health grounds. As a result, she approaches cousin Ian Beale, lying about her debt and asking for a loan. Before long, Sharon finds out what Vicki has proposed, with her quick to shut down any concerns she may have. Elsewhere, Joel introduces himself to local teens Avani Nandra Hart and Tommy Moon, whilst Ross makes an attempt at getting to know the Beale clan. Across the square, Bianca Jackson lands herself in hot water when she discovers that she's been chatting to a journalist, who is investigating her sister Sonia's involvement with killer Reiss Colwell, who crashed his car into the Vic and caused the explosion. Bianca declines her offer of an interview, but it's clear that she's keen to get her side of the story across. Sonia is adamant that the idea of speaking out is a bad idea, but the women are soon distracted by Bex's arrival. Bex, last seen in 2020, is Martin's eldest child. She asks her mum to accompany her to the undertakers so that they can say a final goodbye together. But Sonia is too overcome with emotion and can't bring herself to attend. With time ticking before the funeral service, Martin's other ex-wife Ruby Allen demands to know where Stacey is and why she isn't back in Walford. Realizing that she will never get another opportunity to see Martin again, Sonia finally agrees to join Bex and Kathy Cotton to bid him farewell. At his coffin side, the trio share in the grief, but Son can't find the words to say. Once alone, she says her final, tearful goodbye. It's going to be an emotional week.
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của EastEnders Trailer TV. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.